If you never thought you could afford a luxury bag, I'm going to show you how you can. I feel like I see videos talking about this, but they never fully explain the process of how they do this, and I don't gatekeep, so I'm going to share everything with you. Just to show you really quickly, this is my beautiful vintage Chanel bag. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is buttery soft. I don't think in my wildest dreams I ever would have thought I'd be able to afford a Chanel bag. Japanese eBay is where it's at. I'm going to show you how you can do it too. All right, loves, so I'm going to show you two different ways you can do this. I'm going to do it through the app, and I'm also going to do it on the desktop because there's two ways you can do it. So the first thing you want to do is when you pull up the app is search for whatever purse you're looking for. If you know the exact name of it, or you can just click Louis Vuitton or Gucci, it doesn't matter. But put in a bag. I'm putting in Gucci Horsebit bag, and then it's going to bring up all of the results. How do you know it's coming from Japan? Well, sometimes it'll actually say it's from Japan. So like that second bag right there, it says from Japan. But you want to make sure that it's coming from a reputable seller. So you can see here, this person has 100% positive feedback, but only 538 sales. So maybe not the best. Let's scroll down. Let's look for some other ones. Okay, that one, not too many. So maybe I wouldn't feel confident buying from them. But let's try again. Let's click on another bag. Keep scrolling down. I love all these vintage Guccis, by the way. They're so nice. Okay, so I'm going to click on that Gucci Horsebit shoulder bag in brown, and this is from Brand Street, Tokyo, 18,000 sales, 99.5% positive feedback. Okay, now we're looking legit. When you click on the seller, they're going to tell you about themselves. You're going to see how long they've been on eBay. Always check to see if the Japanese permit number or license number is there, because when they post that, they are pretty legit, because it means that if they do get counterfeits, they can have their license taken away. Check the feedback, make sure other people have been happy with the bags that they've received, and then you can feel confident about buying from this seller. When you find a seller that you like, make sure to add the bag to your watch list or save the seller, so that way you can come back and view the rest of their items. I'm just going to show you some of the other items that this seller is selling. So you can search. There's Celine, there's Loewe, there's Bottega. They've got everything. And a lot of these people don't even sell just bags. They have jewelry, they have wallets, they've got watches, keychains, like all different types of stuff. So it's literally amazing. And obviously, just like when you buy anything off of eBay, you always want to check the photos, you always want to read the description, and that way you'll get an idea of what it is that you're actually going to get. So if I click on the full description here, it's going to have more photos. And the one thing I love about the Japanese sellers is they have this really cool ranking system. So it kind of gives you an idea of how they would rank the bag. Also, one thing to note too is the odor. They will list if it has like a closet type of smell or something like that. So something to pay attention to. But they have this ranking system that's really nice that you can look at, because it'll tell you what the condition of the bag is. You can also see how they're going to ship the item to you, which is really nice, and usually about how long it would take. For me, in my experience, I feel like it only takes a couple of days, which is really nice. And then they have their authenticity guarantee on there. Some eBay sellers will also do eBay's authentication process. I've had that happen before, and so the shipping will take longer because it has to go to eBay first for them to authenticate and then come to you. But it's just a nice extra step, which, you know, doesn't hurt, especially if you're buying a bag that's really expensive. Now here I'm just showing you my list of Japanese sellers that I have saved. Brand JFA, really good. Next Innovation, I've bought so many bags from them. They're super nice. They ship so quickly, and you can find really good deals from them. I've not bought from that one. DCT EP, I have bought from them. They're really good also. All of these are good. Otherwise, I wouldn't have saved them. And I've bought from mostly all of these sellers, so they're good. So now I'm going to show you how to do it if you're on a desktop. So search for any bag that you're looking for. Again, I'm just putting in Gucci Horsebit bag. Once you click search, it'll bring up, bags for you. You're going to click on advanced. It's going to give you all of these filters that you can search by, and you're going to want to go down to shipping options, and you want to click worldwide, located in, and then you're going to change this to Japan. We'll go down more and just click search. And every option now will be from Japan, or it'll be coming from Japan. So you'll just want to check to make sure that it says that at the bottom. And then, always check the seller's ratings, make sure that they've sold a lot, and you should be good to go. I hope that helped. Now I'm going to take the time to answer some questions because I usually see a ton of questions in videos like this. First question that people have is usually, how do you know that something is authentic? I mean, unless you're buying it in the store yourself, I don't really think there's any way to prove 100% that something is authentic. In Japan, there are very strict laws regarding counterfeit items, and most of the sellers who have thousands upon thousands of 5-star reviews post their licensing info in their eBay store. They would get shut down if they were found to be selling counterfeit items. If you really are worried about authentication, like let's say you're gonna buy a Chanel and it's a couple $1,000s, you can actually hire an authenticator to look at the listing, or you can send them the photos from the listing and they will be able to authenticate it for you. And honestly, if you're gonna spend a couple $1,000s on a Chanel, most authentication services are anywhere between like $20 to $50. So that's kind of worth it just for the peace of mind. And every bag that I have bought off of a seller on eBay, I've bought Louis Vuitton, I've bought Chanel, I've bought Gucci, I've had authenticated separately, like after I've bought them, just so I could be sure, and every single one came back authentic. Especially if you're someone like me who's never owned luxury before and you've never really touched it or felt it or kind of like seen the quality in person, it is a little scary. But once you take the risk and you pay like $100 for a vintage Gucci and you see the quality, you're like, okay, this is legit. And then you start to build that confidence with that seller. So another question that I see frequently is if the bags come with their accessories, so meaning their boxes or their dust bags. Some items will. I've ordered a couple of Louis Vuitton and they have come with their dust bag, but sometimes the bags will not, because the way that these Japanese sellers get their inventory is because the luxury market in Japan is huge. So women that can afford these bags straight from the store keep them, wear them for a couple of years, and then get rid of them. Turnover is so high there that's why all of these sellers have so much inventory, because it's just constantly moving over there, which is good for us because then we can take advantage of it. Always check the listing to see if it comes with the accessories, but if you do want a good quality dust bag, there's some that I use that come from Amazon if you want to check those out. Also, when it comes to the quality and that ranking system, I have found more often than not that they are very strict when it comes to how they rank the condition of their bags. So what I mean by that is they might rank it a C, but when you get it in person, you're like, this looks hardly used. How is this ranked a C? And I think they do that because they're trying to show you every flaw, everything that's possibly wrong with the bag, so that way you know going into it that it is a used bag. But every single bag that I've gotten, I mean, besides like maybe minor scratches or like a little crack in the vachetta or the leather, I mean, they are literally almost perfect. Another question I see is, are you bidding for these bags or are you doing buy it now? Some sellers do only bidding. Most of the bags that I've gotten have been through buy it now. And here's another tip for you. Favorite the item, so add it to your favorites, and usually within the next 24 hours or even 48 hours, that seller will send you an offer. So usually they will give you some type of discount. They'll say, hey, accept this offer, buy it now for like $100 off or $50 off. Another question I see is about customs. So I'm in the US, so I can't speak for other countries, but the shipping from Japan to the US, you only get hit with customs if you spend over $800. For all the other bags that I've gotten that have been under $800, not a dime in customs. In my experience, the shipping time is really fast. I don't know how it works or how it clears customs that quickly, but anytime that I've ordered a bag, it's come within 2 to 3 days. One last thing I'll note as well is right now, I don't know if it's because of the economy or whatever, but the Japanese yen is a little bit less than the US dollar right now. So a lot of these Japanese sellers are cutting prices on a lot of their purses and their inventory so that they can push it and make money, which is good for us because that means our dollar goes farther over there. So you can literally find anything like keychains, Louis Vuitton locks. Like if you have a Louis Vuitton and it doesn't have the lock, go find it on Japanese eBay. They have everything. So I hope that helps. If you have any other questions, I will try to answer them in the comments, and thank you for watching.